3, 2, 1.
Yeah, when you're feeling down and motivated in the midweek, we got the guys here to make your life complete. Little John, Brandon, Cody, Carly, they're coming in to keep you motivated all week. New episode, same time every week. Don't gotta wait long for the next one to release. So don't go away, sit down, take a seat, enjoy Midweek Motivation with John and Carly. Hey.
Midweek Motivation.
Let's go! Welcome to another episode of Midweek Motivation.
Welcome.
Real conversations with real people about a very real God. We are back. If you can't tell, we are still not in our studio. We will be one day. We're not far off.
This is a big temporary one.
Checking on the progress just a few minutes ago. And it's much quieter down here in Carly's office recording. And
Yeah,
not gonna lie, this is a pretty sweet setup.
it's
I'm a
nice
big
and
fan.
cozy.
It is real cozy. These chairs are. We haven't put together our chairs yet.
No, I mean they'll be nice, but they're not
I don't know if they'll be quite this nice.
not quite as comfy. I think.
Yeah, we didn't spend the high dollars on our chairs, but
No.
you know, I was thinking Midweek has been in a lot of different places.
It's true.
We've gone through a lot of different iterations, so we're officially in season 4 as of last week.
Yeah.
We should probably count
Right.
last week as season 4. So thank you for all of you that watched last week. Make sure you share it, like it. If you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube, you can do that as well. You can follow us on Facebook. All those good things. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Those will be up there each and every week. Share those with somebody. I'll tell you, part of the goal is these are going to get a little bit shorter, a little more focused. And if I had a nickel for every time we've actually said that versus the number of times we've actually done it, we'd have more nickels. We'd have a lot of nickels. I don't know. We would have a lot of nickels. So season 4 starts today. Hopefully next week we'll be back in the studio. But we're here. We want to be back with you. So make sure you can make sure you're sharing, you're subscribed on all the platforms, all those things. I resist the urge every time I do this to say, smash that bell, hit that like button. I can't do it. Can't be that guy.
I'll be the guy if you want.
Can you be that guy?
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah, there you go.
Click the bell icon. Help us out any way you can. Leave a review, 5 stars.
Oh yeah, 5-star reviews. That's right. You could do that there on the.
Say something nice about Darren's hair.
Or lack thereof. Yeah, which you can like. That's okay too.
Yeah, right.
But a couple things coming up I want you to know about. Number one, coming up this Sunday, if you're watching this, it's Wednesday if you're watching this, as it's recording. But Sunday the 14th, we do have Vision. This is our annual. Some call it a business meeting, but there's very little business. I'm really excited about this year. You're going to get to hear a lot about what happened in the past year, what God's done in the past church year, and then kind of where we think that that God is leading us in the future and what He's going to have us do and lead into in the next year. I'll tell you, there's some big things coming. I'm very excited about it, so I want to encourage you, come to Vision. It's 6 o'clock on Sunday night, the 14th, right here in the sanctuary. Not right here, but like right there in the sanctuary. We do have food.
Food provided, childcare provided through 3rd grade.
Through 3rd grade, yes, thank you. So we'll be here. We want you to be here. If you're a member, the word required is not the proper word to use, but it's the best word to use.
It's highly encouraged.
Very
that
highly
you be
encouraged.
there.
Yes. So if you're a member, we want you to be here. We do have some business to take care of. We have to vote on some new leaders, budgets, all that good stuff. But most importantly, we are going to worship together, and we're going to hear some of the vision for where God's going to be taking Parkway over the next year. So I want you to come. That's Vision this Sunday night, 6 o'clock, right in the sanctuary. Free food, childcare through 3rd grade. So make sure you're here. It'll be a good time. I will be coming in hot because I'm coming in from a wedding from Indiana. So I was looking up how early I have to leave to get here on time. So pray for good traffic because we'll see how that works. But that's happening. Next, you're going to hear more about this on Sunday as well. But September is September is the beginning of our church year. And it's also the time all of our groups start back up. A lot of our groups take a break for the summer.
Yeah.
It's all the travels and things like that. So groups are back in full swing now. So this is your invitation. If you are not in a group, you are now invited. Get in a group. Whether that's a Sunday morning group, a Wednesday night group, there's tons of options there, a home group, whole ton of options there. You're going to hear more about them Sunday. But you can go to parkwayroanoke.com/groups. You can see all the groups that are available for you to sign up. And if you see something and you're thinking, there's not a group for, this topic or this age, Steffi would love to talk to you about leading a group and what all that entails. So parkwayroanoke.com/groups. We'd love for you to jump in, be a part of a group. It's one of the core values of our church, one of the core principles. We want you to discover your people, because that's where real growth really happens. Trevor and I used to be in the same group until I got tired of him, and then I left. And now we're in separate groups. But our group grew out of your group.
Correct.
And now our groups are probably roughly the same size.
Just about, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're full.
So we're full too, and we're full, and probably going to need to multiply here at some point.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's really great to see. I can't remember the percentage Steffi said, but it's something like 60% of our people are involved in a group.
That's wild.
If you know a pastor, just go tell him your church has 60% of people involved in groups, and just watch his jaw hit the floor.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
60% engaged. This is crazy.
We're not going to brag, but we're going to brag a little bit about that.
It's worth bragging.
It's fantastic. It speaks greatly to the health of our church. I'm just really excited about it.
Yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
cool. So parkwayroanoke.com/groups. Get in a group. You need to be in a group, and don't miss vision. Also, another thing we want you to know about: we do still have this lovely church merch shop. I can't do it. I need to break myself of that. We have a great church merch shop. Lots of great shirts.
Yeah.
If you're looking for ways to show people not only that you love your church, but that you love the Lord, and maybe even just a ways to open up doors and conversations, or if you just need some really comfortable shirts. Comfort Colors is becoming like my go-to.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I think most of my wardrobe now is church stuff,
and they don't shrink too much. But also, get on there and get what you can now, because it's still kind of in that initial launch phase where we have way more items than we normally would available on the store. So look through there, see if anything interests you, because at some point soon, I don't have a particular date nailed down, but the inventory will start to dwindle a little bit by a little bit.
Yeah.
So see what you like. If you have ideas, maybe find somebody and see what they think. And
T-Worley at parkwayroanoke.com.
Or somebody. Somebody and our design team will evaluate together. I'm definitely not the final authority on that, nor should I be.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. This hat right here, if you want to have people ask you why your hat's upside down all the time, just tell them Parkway. And you can tell them parkwayroanoke.com/merch, and they can get their own upside down hat.
Why is it upside down, you ask? The world may never know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because it's a thing. It's a trend, and it's a trend I don't understand.
It's a trend.
I'll be honest, I don't understand
upside down and backwards.
But the hat's really comfortable. So
there you go.
I'm down with it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So?
Man, we were going to do serious things today. That was halfway decent.
Down to business, shall we?
Way to go. So there's this quote that we're going to talk through a little bit today, right? Actually, there's a book we're going to talk through. I don't know why I started with that. The book you've heard us talk about before. If you're a Midweek fan, this is nothing new. If you've been around Parkway for any length of time, this is nothing new. Every time I do this, it makes me feel like we're hosting a book club, right? I've never been a part of a book club. I don't know what happens at a book club, but this is kind of what I imagine.
Well, this is the cool book club, though.
Yeah, this is a much cooler book club. But We're going to talk a little bit about a book called Pray First by a guy named Chris Hodges. You've definitely heard us talk about him before. If you've been around Parkway for any length of time, you've heard us talk about this book. This is kind of where our 21 Days of Prayer has been born out of, something that Church of the Highlands, a church that we look at a lot of things from, has modeled for us, and we've learned a lot from them. But this is where that idea came from. It really came from this book. There's a quote in this book I want to start us off with. It says, "In every situation you face on a given day, consider the difference if you prayed first." Right?
Yep.
Now, Trevor, I'm sure you've never had a tough day. But have you ever had a day where it's like every conceivable thing has gone wrong?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you woke up late, then your kids also woke up late. And then
Your kid puked in the car on the way,
yeah,
on the way to church.
right. Kid pukes in the car. Somebody didn't have their homework, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the siblings are all fighting, all the things, and
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like your wife had a dream and is angry at you about what you did in the dream, right?
Starts smacking you when she wakes up.
Right? Is that a thing? Back us up if it's ever happened to you. It's definitely happened to me. It's just a fact of life, right? And Courtney has forgiven me for all of the things I've done in her dreams.
So that you didn't do.
So yeah, all the things I didn't do, right? But imagine on those days, right? Replay those days in your mind, right? What could have been different? What would have been different had you begun the day with prayer, right? Or think about a situation or a conversation that didn't go the way you wanted it to, right? How could that situation or conversation have been different had you prayed first, right? That was, first time I read this book, that was one of those quotes that really jumped out at me. It's like, that's an excellent question. And I'll tell you, if you're looking for something new to read that's really, really easy, I'm an awful reader, right? I don't enjoy reading. I'm not very good at it. But Chris will tell you this too. The cookies are on the bottom shelf on this one. Okay. This is very simple, down to earth, straightforward. The cookies are very much on the bottom shelf, and it's set up in a way too that if you're a skim reader like I am, you can pick out a lot of the goodness just by skimming it very quickly. So, excellent book. Pick it up. I think we looked it up today. It's like $8 on Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah. So super cheap book. Definitely worth grabbing a copy. We're going to spend the next couple weeks talking through it. And then I was actually texting Carly this morning about doing something a little bit different in the future, like a large group study kind of based on this book, kind of on the future too. So there's a little.
He does have a study guide version of the book.
Right. And it's a good book. It's worth doing. And I'll tell you too, prayer, I think, has been one of the main reasons that we're seeing the growth and the success and all the good things happening at Parkway. Because we do pray first, right? And there's a reason the book is so good. I couldn't tell you how many copies it sold, but it's fantastic.
It's one of the best sellers.
Right. And I think the question that I always get, and I always have in mind, like when it comes to prayer, I ask myself this question in my own life, because I go through spurts where I do really well. I think of spurts where it's like, nope, terrible at it. Why is it so hard to pray with consistency? Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah. I think number one, it's probably mainly just because as a society today, we really just overload ourselves in our daily lives where we just make ourselves so busy. And honestly, the busier you are, the easier it is to forget the little things. And prayer is not inherently a little thing.
Yeah.
But in your daily routine, if you don't have that being the first thing you do, it's very easy to forget to do it and make time and focus on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my one of the things I hated when my dad would say it when I was growing up, but it's so true. And I say it to my kids now. just a really fun part of being a dad, saying things to your kids that your parents used to say to you that used to annoy you and you get to annoy them. But my dad would tell me all the time, you have time for what you make time for. Right? It's absolute truth.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was John Wesley or, forgive me, somebody fact check me in the comments, but I want to say it was John Wesley. Or maybe it was Martin Luther. He would talk about how he would get up and he would pray like 4 hours, at the beginning of the day. And people would ask him, I don't think it was John Wesley, it was somebody else, but people would ask him, like, how do you have time to pray that much? And his response was something to the effect of, I have so much to do that I don't have time not to pray that much.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? And that's my paraphrase. Somebody look it up. You can Google it and find it better than I did, but the point is, prayer is so central and so important to everything that we do that it has to be first.
Yeah.
Right? In order to accomplish the things that we need to accomplish, right? And live the way that we want to live, prayer has to be first. And I think you're right. I think the reason it's so hard to do consistently is because we don't make it the priority of our schedule.
Right.
Right? And on some level, I think it's understandable because if you don't pray, right, your kids are probably still going to get to school on time, right? But if you don't wake the kids up on time or get out of bed on time, the kids aren't going to make it to school on time, right?
Right.
Your work isn't going to get done if you don't do it, right? So I think there's the fact that there's not an immediate consequence for not making prayer a priority makes it easier to, let it sit on the back burner.
You don't feel bad about it until the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. And then you're laying there and realize, I have not prayed one time at all today. But yeah, I think our schedule is really what kills us with that building consistency in our prayer life.
I think the same goes for reading your Bible as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the topic today, but they go hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. And so speaking of routine, why is it so hard? Or why does prayer feel like a routine, right? Why does prayer sometimes get to that feeling where it's like, okay, now I've checked the box, right? Have you ever felt that way?
Yeah. And I think for me anyway, it feels more routine just because if you are, say, like an introvert and you struggle with having conversations with people on a daily basis or starting conversations, praying is kind of like starting a task, which is, the task being the conversation. It takes work and time to start your conversation with God.
Right.
And you have to dedicate time and effort to actually do it. It's not something where, it doesn't require effort because it's personal. I think that if you're going through it just checking the box, then you're not going to get the most out of it. Right. I think it just seems like a grocery item, like a grocery list item that you've marked as, yep, I got it. It's done. My 5-minute prayer to the Lord, it's I'm ready to go. He's got me guarded for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It's tough.
There's this quote in the book, Pray First, Chris Hodges. Not sponsored.
Never heard of it.
Great book. We should talk about it sometime. But there's a quote in there, another one that really stuck out to me kind of in the beginning. It says, the goal of being focused and committed to prayer is relationship, not religion. And I love that thought. And it's kind of what it made me think of, because along those lines of thinking about, prayer sometimes just becomes routine, right? It becomes mundane, and you're saying the same things, and you're going through the motions at some point. Once you build some consistency, sometimes it can feel like you're going through a routine, right? And it made me think about brushing my teeth, right? Why do you brush your teeth, Trevor?
Well, to keep my teeth clean, prevent cavities, make my breath smell good.
Right. All good things.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't brush our teeth to check a box. Right?
Right.
But we still do it. with great consistency,
Mm-hmm.
right? Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Uh,
That's the
you
key.
should brush your teeth if you're not doing that with great consistency, right? But we don't
Yep.
struggle to build that consistency because
Right.
we know the value of it. We
Mhm.
know it makes a difference. We're not doing it just for the simple sake of, okay, I'm a grown adult. I know I'm supposed to brush my teeth, right? But I'm going to brush my teeth so that my teeth don't fall out of my head,
Right.
right? Um, those are the fun things that I try to instill in my children, right? If we can just teach them just to brush their teeth,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And, flush the toilet with some regularity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One of these days. This is why I'm bald. This is why I have no hair. All these things. But I think sometimes we treat prayer as routine and it feels mundane because we're approaching it with the wrong goal, right?
Yeah.
We focus on the goal of I'm going to pray, every single day, right? That's a great thing. But if the goal is to accomplish the thing, right,
Mm-hmm.
and not to build a relationship, right, then we've missed the mark.
Mm.
And that's why I love that quote so much. The goal of being focused and committed to prayer is relationship, not religion.
Mm.
Religion says brush your teeth because you should brush your teeth, right? Because this is what's good for you. Relationship says brush your teeth because you want your teeth to be healthy, right? You want to succeed, you want to flourish, right? And that's what prayer is for. Prayer is for that connection between us and the Father. 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18 says this way. It says, rejoice always, pray continually, right? So some of the shortest verses, those are both individual verses.
Mm-hmm.
Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. What I love about that is it doesn't say pray when you wake up, right?
Yeah.
Pray when you eat, right? Pray whenever. It's pray continually.
Yep.
And I think the goal there, when we talk about pray first, the goal of that phrase, pray first, is not literally make prayer the first thing that you do, right? Oh, good goal.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
The goal is in everything I consider, in every situation, make prayer the priority.
Yeah.
And begin with prayer. I mean, we'll take it back to that first quote. In every situation you face on a given day, consider the difference if you prayed first.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of where I want to leave us today. I do want to give us a little bit of a challenge, and I want to encourage you to take this challenge just to begin building a habit. Begin to pray first by literally making prayer the first thing that you do.
Yep.
Right? So the moment you wake up, right? And this is a good indicator for me. This is one of the things that I work hard to try to do is before I touch my phone.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yep.
it is right there next to me. Right? And I got to see what time it is, and all the things all the emails and things that I don't need to see that I missed while I was sleeping for some reason. But make prayer the first thing that you do, right? And it could be something as simple as, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning, right? But set a priority in your life starting tomorrow or today, wherever you're at. I guess if you're watching this, it's already, prayer isn't the first thing that you did.
Correct.
Unless you did it already. I'm going to have to get used to this recording thing. But whatever it is, make prayer the first thing that you do in a given day, and just see what a difference it makes, right? And it may take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days for you to start to notice a difference.
Yep.
But I have to believe starting your day with prayer has to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I want to encourage you with. That's your challenge for this week. Make prayer a priority. Your second challenge is go pick up this book. If you don't already have a copy of it, Pray First by Chris Hodges. It looks like this. There's probably a couple different editions because it is
I
not
just
a new
bought
book,
my copy.
right? And it's pretty inexpensive.
And it's going to get to me tomorrow. So it ships quickly.
Isn't it amazing the
Mm.
world we live in?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
if
it.
you have Amazon Prime, of course.
Right.
So.
But everybody has Amazon Prime or knows somebody that has Amazon Prime.
True.
Yes.
They haven't pulled a Netflix yet.
Give it a day. We'll get there. So thanks so much for joining us for the beginning of season 4. Next week, cross your fingers. We'll be in the studio, back with you.
Mhm.
Not live, but back with you in our studio next week. You get to see the whole thing. We'll be talking about Pray First probably for the next couple weeks. Go pick up your copy. It's a great book. You can Google it. There's a bunch of resources online as well. So thanks for joining us for another episode of Midweek Motivation. Have a great week and stay motivated.
Stay motivated, my friends.